day. All right, here we go for our advanced Pilates today. So welcome to class, whether you're in person or taking it on YouTube. And let's begin. So we'll roll back to lay down on your back and then pull the legs into a frog position, heels together, knees apart, come to your upper curl. And then you can support the back of your skull with your hands, pull the head up and the elbows forward and down. We frog out, inhale, reach, and exhale, return. Inhale, push, and exhale, back. Use your breath to set the tempo of the movement. You want to lengthen the legs to their full reach, choosing a height that is challenging for your core, but doesn't overwhelm it. You want to feel that you're in control the whole time. Then we come in parallel, soft point and lengthen out, and bring it home. The head is still reaching up, the belly is still pulling down. The legs lengthen away from you, and then you quickly pull them back. So you might imagine your feet stuck on like flypaper or something sticky, like gum, and you have to drag your legs back in, feel that little resistance as they pull home. One more, then flex the feet and push up and out with the heels. Now you might be getting a little tired. You might want to take the legs higher. You might be warming up and feeling more energized. You might want to take the legs lower, or you might stay where you are. You get to choose. It's your practice. Just always be aware of what choices you're making and how it affects the rest of the body. One more time. And then we are going to take the legs higher to point and flex the feet. Inhale to point, exhale to flex. And still come up with the shoulders, up with the head, forward with the chest. Try to drive your sternum down into the abdominal wall, into your belly, so that you feel that upper ab curl right at the base of the rib cage under the chest wall. And then we point, circle the arms around right into hundreds and pump, inhaling and exhaling. That looks good. Nice active arms here. Lengthening out through the fingertips, lengthening out through the center of the soles of each foot. Feel the body expand as you inhale and lengthen. And exhale, knit it together, draw it down and deep. Squeeze the legs in to firm up the inner thighs, to firm up the transverse abdominal muscle. The body should be still, even though the arms are active. You'll be able to improve that by thinking about moving the arms from the collarbones, rolling them here, back to take the arms up and forward to take the arms down. They roll inside the chest, but the arms move actively at your side. And then let's fold the legs in, lay your head down, and stretch the legs forward and the arms back for roll up. So we can lift the arms up and back behind us, stretch long, and then bring the arms forward, lift the head, neck, and shoulders, come up, dive over your legs, round forward here, feet flexed, waist pulls back into your spine, and then start to roll it back. Again, the heels push away from you, so you have some opposition on your way to the ground. You want your body open without lifting the ribs, keep them grounded. And we come up. Exhale before you need it, before you have the effort of lifting the ribs off the ground. Dive over and widen the collarbones so that the shoulders don't hunch by your ears. Bringing it back. You lay the spine down 1 inch, 1 vertebra at a time. Stretch the arms behind you, and then we lift again. Let's do one more. Exhale through it. As the body warms up, this gets easier. We're always glad to start feeling that. Enjoy the stretch in the back of your legs and your low back as you bend over your legs here, and then stretch the legs out through their center as you bring the arms back and then around to your side. We're going into rollover here. So you can pull the legs in, lift the legs up to the ceiling, soft point, and legs are together as we push the ground away, coming up and over. Try to picture the legs parallel to the ground, open them 4 inches, flex the feet, reach out through the heels, press to the arms, resisting gravity as you come down with your spine, and then press the legs forward, point and close. We go up and over again. Open, flex, feet reaching out through your head in one direction, through your halo, out through your tail in the other, and then legs work out to a place where you feel your abs super engaged, and then close and we lift again. Last one. You can inhale and exhale in each direction here, or inhale up and then exhale down, depending on your tempo, depending on your breath capacity. I'm happy to take the extra breath since I'm talking also. Close and now open. Soft point, legs apart to go over. This is a little more difficult. You don't get the support from the inner thighs working together. Flex legs together and then bring it down. Try to keep lowering the legs as close to your torso as possible so you get more length in the back of your legs here. Legs apart, point, go up and over, exhale, try to lift the tail, the pelvic girdle off the chest, close flex, and down you go again. The more you reach out with your heels, the more you curl your toes into your shins, the bigger the stretch you'll feel in your calves. And then one last one. Reach the legs forward again to your working level, and then take it up and over. That working level changes depending on the day, depending on the year, depending on the repetition even. And now we bring it down. Now we are going to transition here to tree. So you're going to lower the left leg down, flexing that foot. The right foot is pointed. I need a little more space, so I'm scooting back. And here we go, coming up for tree. So try to hold the legs where they are. Lift your head first, look down your midline. Left hand to the back of the right leg. Coming up, use your core, use your psoas to pull the torso closer to that lifted leg. Come all the way up and sit up as tall as possible. And now we go down, so round the low back. Fall back, and then your arms follow your spine. Down to the ground, you reach out long with both legs. One along the ground, one up in the air. And we lift again, coming up here. Draw yourself up, ease the shoulders down. Widen the chest as you rise. You try to sit right up on your sits bones. Because vertical, that's it. Vertical as you can, nice. And then round behind the sits bones. That's your pelvic tuck. The tail moves forward. Your sacrum starts to move back and you roll across it, down to the ground. Arms stretch forward here. Once more, we're going to lift and then do some pulses with the legs. So you're coming up again. Your gaze to the inside of that leg. Your nose, your sternum, your navel all in the same plane. Sit upright, now bend the elbows, pull the leg up just a little bit. It's okay to have the knee slightly bent. We're more interested in the stretch you get in the belly of the hamstring and the safety of the back of the knee joint. And one more. Lift the leg, now hold it there, release the arms, and then you keep pushing out with that foot, out with the arms as you bring your body down, curve it with control to the ground. And once you're all the way down, you lift that leg higher. And we do the advanced circles. In the advanced circles, the leg crosses over the hip, the waist, the ribs lift, but not the shoulder blade. Circle around. Keep the left side grounded while the right leg moves to the side. Now, when the right leg goes across to the left, the right side comes off the ground, all the way up to the shoulder blade, but not including it. So short inhale, like every other single leg circle exercise you've ever done in Pilates. We do a short inhale and then a long exhale. Rotating the leg in the socket, one last one in this direction. Hip comes off the mat and then back onto it while the left side stays grounded. Now let's reverse. The right leg moves to the right, left side down. Circle the leg low, pull it over, spin off the ground with the right side of the body. Bring it back down as the leg rises. Inhale to reach and then exhale. Push the air aside, move through it. Imagine you're swimming here, moving your legs through the water, and you create little waves, little ripples in the water around you. 2 more times. The long exhale helps you engage the abdominal wall nice and deep. And then we bring the leg up and we scissor switch. Right leg is down, flex that foot. Left leg is up and out on a diagonal, lower it a bit so you think you can lift to it. And then we come up, lifting the head, look at your midline. Right hand to the back of the leg, come all the way up. Chest up, tail up and back. And then start to curl back. The belly retreats into the spine, so the spine draws a curve down into the mat. You lay it down 1 inch, 1 vertebra after the next. The arms lengthen at your side, move the shoulders away from your neck. And we lift to come up again. Both legs strong, both legs long. Come upright. And round your back again. And down we go. Keep pushing the leg away from you. Try to create some space in the hip, even though you're holding the leg up. And now we lift again 1 more time. Grow taller at the top, grow longer with the leg. Now bend the elbows, lift the leg up. Feel that you're rolling that femur head deep into the socket to bring the leg up high as one end of a bone lifts, the other end lowers. And now we release the arms, we release the leg, hold it there, curve your body down, roll down into your mat. And then we lift the leg up, start your advanced circles. Inhale over, the left side comes off the ground. except for the shoulder blades, you circle around and then lift it up. So you spiral here. The torso moves off the ground and then onto it. So this time the left side is the mobile side and the right side is the stable side. It was reversed in the last series, in the last set. And one final reach. Go long and low, and then be sure to bring the leg up high to complete the circle and reverse out to the side. Exhale down, you sweep it through the air. You spin off the ground and onto it with your left side. Good. Once the leg goes across and you lift the hip, think of pulling down from your right shoulder to your waist to the left hip to move the leg for you. So you can move the leg from the foot or you can move it from your core. There are different sensations in the body. And now here, let's fold that knee into your chest, pull it in, and we roll forward and up for rolling like a ball. Sit near the front of your mat, wrap your hands around your shins, lift your feet, look down, and suck the belly back into your spinal curve, elbows wide. Inhale, we lift the tail to roll to the blades, hips up in the air, and exhale, come back, feet stay off the ground. Try to hold the same bend in the elbows and the knees, so you're not really changing it. Remember when you first learned this, you probably do things like kick the legs out to come all the way up. That's no longer necessary because now you know how to work with your breath to engage the deep core to bring yourself up again. Just one more like this. Massage out your back. Be sure you're rolling in a straight line back and a straight line forward. And then into the ab series. Holding onto the right ankle with your right hand, left hand below the knee on the shins, both hands on the right leg. You stretch out the left leg. Watch its alignment. Now inhale, we switch. And exhale, we switch. You can pull the leg in tight and then shoot it away. Trying to find compression and then release. Also maintaining the best upper ab curl you can maintain. Have that press down with your hand and up with your shin simultaneously. So you really activate the arms and you activate into your upper abdominals. Let's end here, left leg in, one hand to each shin, double leg stretch. So eventually the feet slide down and then out. You lift them up and you circle them in. Or you can take the legs up on a higher diagonal and then embrace. Whichever way you choose, get full length out through the fingers, out through the toes, and reach. Don't just bring the arms around, but sweep them around. Embrace the air, drag it into you as you drag your legs into your chest. And now for scissors, right leg up and left one forward. And your gaze still forward and down. You switch the legs and switch again. Try to bring the leg up high enough that you feel a nice stretch in the back of your leg, but still keep the sits bone reaching out and down. Good, we'll do one more set. Right leg up and left leg long. Left leg up to end, bring the right leg to meet it. Support the back of your skull, and we're happy to right now. Elbows down and in, both legs forward and away, double leg lower lift. And exhale, drag them on up. Only go out as far as you definitely feel that you're working your abs, but not exhausting them. Or really allowing the spinal position to change. If when you go out, the back starts to arch, that's not going to be good for you. You'll regret it. Keep it smaller rather than larger until you've earned the strength to take it all the way down to the mat and then up again. Maybe a pandemic isn't that time. We'll see. And then let's twist to the right and then twist to the left. Coming up and around. Shoot one leg forward as the other one pulls it tight. You want to lift and a twist forward and in towards the inner thigh. We'll do one last set here. I know you feel the obliques because I do. Pull it in and lay down. And then just like stretch the legs forward and the arms up and overhead. Yawn your body open. Enjoy the stretch. We're lifting up for spine stretch. Lift the arms. Start to lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Come up and you open the legs the width of your mat and bring the arms up for the advanced spine stretch. From here, we're doing non-traditional, turn the palms back, lift an imaginary ball up to the ceiling, roll it behind you. The lower part of the back is vertical, the upper back falls into extension. And then exhale, come out of it, the palms forward, look down, shoulders are still easy. The head leads you out, over and down, curve your body here over the space above your legs and between your legs. Dive down, bend the knees as needed, and then press through your legs and you rise. Remember, any of these sitting exercise, you're welcome to elevate your hips on a book, a yoga block, a towel, a cushion, a stuffed toy, whatever you have, right? And then dive over. We're just looking to see that you get lots of mobility without feeling a strain in your body. And again, that changes over time. And it changes with the work you choose. Forward and over. Suck the belly up into your back, round your spine over. And then let's hold on to the feet, the legs, whatever you can reach. Pull the waist back, pull the heels forward. Toes curl back in. Whatever kind of stretch works best for your body right now. And then we're coming up for open leg balance. Advanced hands between your legs, and you hold on above the ankles, rock back to your sacrum and pick up your feet. Both legs go up simultaneously. The hands will slide out so the thumbs are more on top of the shins and the hands to the outside of the ankles and lower calf, and then exhale, pull that back down. And we lift again. Stretch them up. That's nice. And again, when you first do this, maybe the knees aren't straight. That's okay. This will help give you more length there, give you more stretch. One more, I'm actually going to slide a little bit forward for rocking and come up, look into your belly, and we roll. Lift the tail and roll back to your shoulders. Exhale to come forward to your balance point. And again, take it back and forward. Try to keep both the knees and the arms straight as you go. One more like this. And then close the legs, leave them in the air, reach out through your arms or slide your hands down your legs as you roll your spine down for the advanced corkscrew. We lift the legs up to the ceiling. From here, it's a jackknife up through center. Bring the legs up. Now you tilt your spine to the right a little bit. Really, your waistline goes to the right. Your spine is still centered over the middle of the mat. Go down on the right side of your body. So you're going along that line of muscle about 2 inches to the right of your spine. When the hips go down, you circle the legs out to the right, forward, around to the left, come almost all the way in. You want just a little bit of a tilt through your body, push the arms, go up on that tilt, and then straighten out your hips at the top. Toes are over your third eye. Now we tilt to the left. Still the spine, immediately over your midline of your mat surface. Go down on the left side, circle legs a little bit out to the left. They go forward and down. They go to the right. You rotate the pelvis slightly. You pull it in, go up in the tilt, and then center at the top. And again, tilt to the right to go down. You always go down the side you just came up. And then once the legs are down, once the hips are down, you circle the legs around, roll across the sacrum, pull it back in almost to center to lift. I know you can hear it in my voice. There's a lot of effort involved here. And we go down on the left. And around you go. Exhale before you come up because that's where you have the most work. And then we're going right down the middle. We're jackknife down. And as you lift up, you can open the legs. Sit upright for saw. Arms out to the side, hands a little bit in front of the collarbones. Rotate to the right, dive over and stretch. The back arm reaches long behind you. The wrist is straight. And now pull yourself up, hold the rotation, unwind, spin to your left. Connect your right hand to the outside of the left leg or foot. Go long with that arm behind you. Really pull your body around to look over your left shoulder. Coming up, center here, equal weight on the glutes. Going over, now as you dive to the right, push more weight down into your left glute. Bolt your left sits bone into the ground. Reach long and out and try to open the chest to your right. So think about actually being almost in your mind like you're trying to get parallel to the wall with the upper body. And we twist and dive here. And again, so you go over, there's a tendency to go over sort of flat to the knee. Try to spiral the spine. So you're going up and then you're reaching behind you and looking for that back hand. Yeah, maybe you can see it. That'd be great. And then lift to come up, center, lower the arms, legs together for swan. So onto your stomach now. Legs reach long behind you, forehead off the ground, hands by the armpit. Center your body, find the length in your spine down the middle of your mat. So you're going to pull the elbows back. You're going to pull the heel, the hands down. You lift into your first swan, and then you come out of it. Think of a bowling ball rolling from your sacrum to your shoulders and nestling into the back of your neck here. and then pull the head forward. You come up, you get a little hip extension. You get a lot of stretch in the abdominal wall. The muscles here lengthen as the back muscles shorten. Come down again. And then we do one more to move from here into rocking for the legs in the air. As you rock, sit back in your child's pose, curve your spine, release it. Curl the tail under, drop the head down. Forward into single leg kick. Push the fist down, lift the chest up, legs are long. And kick the right heel in twice. 1 and 2 and down, now the left, plus 1 and 2 and down, now the right. Alternating the legs. You get that alternate stretch in your quad here with the pump of the heel into your butt. You're trying to widen the chest and lift it so you still feel that length in the abdominal wall. One more time. Hips stay heavy on the ground, and then lower down, turn your head to the right. Overlap your hands on your back with the elbows fall. Take a deep breath in to prepare. As you exhale, 3 beats, both legs. Pulse 1, 2, 3. Push the feet into the ground. You bring the arms back, palms can face in or up as you lift the chest in swan, and then down you go, turning to your left, right cheek to the mat. Pulse the air out. 1, 2, 3. Feet down, reach. Eventually, the thumbs are interlocked and the wrists are straight as you reach the fingers back towards your heels. Come down, turning your head in the other direction, and pulse the air out again. 3 beats. Reach down, and we lift. Use the arms to squeeze the back ribs together to flare the front ribs open, and then down you go last time, turning to look left. Exhale as much air as you can, then so you have a nice inhale to help you lift up. And then from here, push into the ground, come up and round your back. Stretch out your spine. Hang your head down low. And then you stack your spine coming up. Turn around for neck pull. The feet are apart and flat, maybe 5 inches apart. You might even want to spread your sit bones a little open here because you're in hip flexion. And now bring your hands up to the skull. Pull the head up. Try to lengthen the cervical spine. That's your neck. And then lengthen the rest of your spine because of that. Now we hinge back. Keep a neutral back as you go down. And then when necessary, you pull the elbows forward. You curl the tail up. You roll your spine down onto the ground. And then you lift to come up. When you get really strong, you can keep your hands behind your head. Or you can take your fists to your hands like I'm demonstrating here. Lift up, exhale, pull, and dive over. Bring your hands behind your head when you can if they're not there already. And then remember, you're not pushing down with your hands into your head. You're pulling out with your hands to give yourself a feeling of stretch, of tug, of length in the low back as well as the neck. And then press through your legs and articulate all the way up. Lengthen the front of your body so it's as long as the back. And then you open the angle at your hips. Leaning back from the hip socket, right? Not from the low back. Until it's time to tuck and roll your spine down. Keep reaching out through your legs. Come up and we change the hands. You lift or you can hold them behind your head. Diving forward, stretch it out, dive it over. Take that deep bow. Lift to come up all the way and lean it back again. You look down to find the tuck and the upper up curl until it's time to lay your head down and look at the ceiling again. One more time up. The press of the hand into the other hand helps you activate your tricep, your lat, your serratus, and your upper abs. And now we lean back again last time. And then curl your back down. Be sure you're in control, you don't fall. If you feel that you're coming down in chunks, like it's out of control, you need to adjust the arm position. Even the arms can come forward on the way down if that's what's necessary. Now from here, we're going up into the advanced scissors and bicycle. So if this isn't for you, you could always do a smaller version with just the roller across under your hips. But I'm going to demo the more advanced version. So you lift the legs up and you jackknife up first. Get the hips as high as possible. Be sure you're not crunching onto your neck, right? You have to be across your blades. And then you can support the hips with your hands. Right the heel of your hands into the hip bone crest. Now the right leg moves forward and out. You reach it out and long, and then you pull that right leg back up. And then it's time to move the left leg forward. Keep looking up and slightly back. And exhale, pick up the leg. Now it's a little easier, actually probably considerably easier, to take one leg back and the other leg forward, because that gives you a counterbalance, a counterweight. So it's not as easy when you've got to thread your feet through the equipment. And then let's do that again. So you can try to feel, as much as it's convenient to bring the leg back low, you're trying really to get an opening through that front leg, that hip opening forward. And then let's lift the legs up again. Let's just do one more. I'm going to do the version where the one leg stays as vertical as possible and the other leg goes out and down. Try to stroke your feet across the ceiling no matter which version you're doing. And then we're going to take the left leg forward and out, while the right leg either stays up to the sky or comes back over your right shoulder. Lift it up. If you need to adjust your hands, or your elbows, this might be a good time. And now we move into bicycle. So the right leg goes forward, you fold the knee. As that leg comes in, the left leg reaches forward and out. So just what you always dreamed of doing is riding a bicycle with your butt up in the air. Now you have to keep lifting through your tail and through your feet. You can't just let everything fall into your elbows and collapse onto your wrist. So try to get a feeling of lift through the center of your body up through your tailbone, and then reverse when you're ready and back pedal. Watch that your toes are still soft. If you grip them too much, you'll regret it, because you'll feel that cramping in your feet. I was thinking crunch, and that wasn't quite accurate and sounded too mean. The cramping is no fun either. All right, so in the advanced version, you flip your hands around so your thumbs and your palms face the sky. One leg goes forward to lower, then the other one lowers. That's a pretty big extension. My body's not ready for it today. So I'm just going to take the arms down at my side. And now from here, we pull the right knee into your chest. You lift the foot up to the ceiling, point the foot to go down, flex the foot to lift. Point, reach, and flex and lift. Point down, flex and up. And then lower the foot down, slide it under. Extend the left leg forward. It slides out, it rises. Point to go up, flex to go down. Point, lift it, flex lower. Point all the way up, flex as far as you can go without dropping the pelvis. And then we lower it down, we slide it under. Hips both lift as you push down with your legs and up with the glutes. And then roll to the inner arm, and then drape your spine down from the top all the way down to the tail. The second set of bridges is without the kicks. So we just begin with the pelvic tuck, the waist pushes down. The heels pull back as the knees and the tail move forward and up. Try to lift into thoracic extension by pushing the top of the shoulders into the ground. And now we roll to the inner arm so the blades move sideways and you can curve your upper back down. If you don't do that shoulder movement, what happens is that the first thing that lowers is like your waistline or even lower on your spine, and you miss the snake-like action of your spine that we're looking for in Pilates. And now we go up once more. Knees go forward, hips elevate. Push the blades together by rolling to the outer arm. And now we start with the left leg. So extend it forward, flex to kick, point to go down. So in the third set, we reverse the leg that we start with, and we reverse the point and flex, lower the foot, slide it under, lift the hips, square them off, extend the right foot, flex to go high, point to go down. Flex to lift. You remember the first set, we pointed down and flexed up. So now we lift, and then roll to the inner arms, roll all the way down, settle your spine, sink into the ground, relax, release. All right, now coming up for spine twist. So you can pull one leg in, roll forward and up, extend the legs out, and extend the arms forward of your heart, forward of your sternum. Push the arms down, lift the chest, and rotate to the right. Pulse 1, 2, 3, look center, and to the left, 1, 2, 3. Your gaze can go out over your fingertips. So the neck gets a rotation as well as the middle of the spine. We are trying to feel that we keep the feet together and the same length so that we're not sliding one hip bone forward and the other one back with the rotation through your spine. Your feet could literally be up against a wall and not push through the wall. When we're set, remember this is about the twist from your waistline, from your spine, not the throwing back and forth of the arms. Come back to center, and we lay down onto the back again for jackknife. We've already done something similar a couple of times, roll over, and then the advanced scissors and bicycle. But this brings us back to the basic exercise. So you extend the legs up and out, and then we lift up to your jackknife position. Eyes are up and back, throat should be long, and then push through your arms, resist gravity coming down, try to imprint your spine, one vertebra after the next, into the ground, and then reach the legs forward. And we lift again, coming up. To rise here, lifting high, and now down we go again. If you really delay, you might feel a stretch into your low back that you could really need as you're coming down. One more time, come up, and then down again. And then we can lower the legs and lay onto your side facing the camera. Side kicks. The legs stretch forward, feet are flexed. We're going to shorten the series today so we can move on to some more of the other advanced exercises. Flex the top foot, lift the leg hip height, it goes forward and back. Flex 1, 2, pulse, point, take it back, press back 1, 2. Now more advanced, both hands behind the skull, flex and go forward. Try to pull the head away from the shoulders and vice versa. And keep your body stable on the mat, even though you have very little connection to the ground, since you're laying on your side seam instead of on your back or your front. Bring the leg back to center, rotate the leg externally, you lower, point to go high, flex to pull it down. Lift it up, kick it as high as you can in a beautiful arc, and then pull it down along the same arc. One more point to lift, flex to close, now reverse. Flex to lift up, point to stretch it down, flex and we lift it, point and lengthen it down here once more. Keep reaching out into space with that leg. Now développé, bend the knee, slide the foot in, knee to armpit, lift the foot, flex, and the straight leg goes down, heel kisses heel. Point and glide in, extend the leg up, flex, and push it away. I know you feel this work through all of these muscles in your legs and the stretch as well. Tap, reverse, go up, foot stays flexed. Now point, bend, foot touches the thigh, and you glide the leg down, skim it along the bottom leg, and lift with a flexed foot. Point, bend, and tap and glide it down, stretch out both legs. One more. Up you go, point, bend, and then reach it forward and down. Rond de jambe. The leg goes forward. Exhale, up, around, back, and through center. This is the most difficult out of all to keep your balance in. So really be aware. Use your exhale before the leg reaches further back behind you to help you hold your body stable on its side. One more. Stretch out with the head, stretch out with the foot to lengthen the body so the connective tissue assists. Now back you go, reverse. Up, forward, and around. Complete the circle and then do it again. You are definitely rotating the leg on the joint that gives you the best fit at the hip joint. We're going to leave it there, go onto your stomach, overlap your hands under your forehead for grasshopper. So rotate the legs externally and just start lifting the right leg while keeping the right hip down. Feel the work in your glute and the hamstring, and then bring it back down. And now let's do the same for the left. So push the left hip bone into the mat as you lift the left leg up and then bring it down. And now that we've reminded ourselves where we're working from, we're going to lift both legs and tap. Pull them apart and squeeze them together. Trying to get at least the bottom of the thigh off the ground as you open and close. This is more load for your spine. So the legs probably won't lift as high. And then down you go. Sit back in your child's pose again. Curve your spine, round it. Arms stretch forward to lengthen your lats. Stack the spine bottom to top. Coming up, and we swing to the other side to do the side kicks on this side. The bottom arm can pull in a little bit, so you engage into the armpit, the lat, the pec, and legs are forward. Let's take the hands again to the skull and pull it away from your shoulders. Pick up your top leg, flex the foot, inhale, bring it forward, pulse 1, 2. Point the foot, take it back, and pulse 1, 2. And then drop forward, double beat. Point, take it back. Someday I'll have an extra long one of these. So I'm grateful I have this. It's been a godsend during quarantine and beyond. And one more time. Stretch it behind, open the hip. Come back to center, lower the leg, we rotate. Point and lift up, and flex and push down. Point to lift, flex and close. Point up, and flex down, reverse the flex. So now it's a flex to lift, and a point to reach out and away. Flex to rise, point and stretch down, close the legs together, and immediate lift, and close for double pay. Bend the knees, slide it in, extend the leg up, flex, and reach it down. The knee still tries to lift to the ceiling. You're working to keep an external rotation through that leg that you're working. Once you tap it down, reverse. Straight leg, flex foot up. Point the foot, bend the knee. Skim it down, skate it down like you're skating on ice, and lift. Point, bend. Exhale all the way forward and down. And one more time. Going up, point, and bend, and press it out long. Rond de jambe. So we go forward. We rotate up, around, back, and through center. This is going to be the hardest one to keep the body stable on the ground. Really reach the leg and pull back out through your halo. One more time. Good, and reverse it. Open the hips, circle the leg here. Try to hold the pelvic halves stacked so that you're more stable through the middle of your body. Push the bottom leg into the ground. That also helps you stabilize. All right, lovely. And now from here, we're on our backs for teaser. If you've been doing the class, you know there's a lot of different options. We're going for the more advanced series today. So you can fold the legs in and then lift the feet up on a diagonal. Palms forward, lift the gaze, and then come up, pull your body towards your legs. And then reach for the legs. Your hands can always go on your legs, but take your spine down, holding the legs in the air. And then we come up again. Squeeze the arms in along the ribs. That helps you engage your muscles to come up. And then bring it on down. Hold your legs out at the same level. If it's too much for your back, bend your knees. Pull in, come up, 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 or use a TheraBand, or use your hands to your legs. Now we lower the legs a little and lift them. Don't move your torso, move your legs. Just a fraction, and then lift, and then everything down. Push the feet out at eye level. Roll your spine down onto the ground. Full teaser up. So you lift your eyes, lift your head, your neck, your shoulders, and then the arms slide forward as you rise to your teaser. Push the legs away and bring it all the way down again. And we lift to come up. From this one, circle the arms back, elbows bent. You can even go onto your elbows. Lift the legs, drag the sacrum away from you by pulling back with the waist, and hip circles, circle to the right. Exhale down, around to the left. Complete the circle and reverse. Going left, exhale around to the right. Pull it up here and circling again. Last set. Going to the left, complete. Last time going left to right. Push the ground down so you don't collapse your chest. You fold the legs in, slide the legs forward, flip over onto your stomach for swimming. Still have a few minutes. So we'll just do a couple of breaths here. So you pull back through the armpits, you lift up through the chest, lift the arms and the legs, start pumping. Opposite arm and leg, go up to the ceiling and away. Let's stretch everything out, lower down, and sit back in your child's pose. Stack the spine, articulate up. So let's look at the side bend, the mermaid here. We've worked on this on some of the previous classes most recently. So we're just going to start pressing one hand down into the ground, then a little bit in front of your shoulder. The palm opens wide. Now the top leg goes in front of the bottom one, heel into the base of the toes on the bottom leg. bring your top hand to rest it on your calf. And then we will look at your hand, start to lift the arm, push down into your feet and your hand, bring your shoulder forward over your wrist, lift your waist, drop your head. You're up in a side bend stretch, and then you bend your knees. You lower from your lats. You don't fall to the ground. You come down with control. And let's do that again. Push into the floor. You scoop up. Try to lower the head and open the waist and the ribcage to the ceiling. The bottom leg supports the top one. Bend the knees and bring it down. Notice that I don't have my legs fully straight. It's not a plank when you lift. It's supposed to be an arched curve. One more. Press into the arm, push into your feet, come up. Side bend here. It's also not a rotation. We're not looking down. We're trying to keep our body between two panes of glass here, and then bring it down slowly. And then let's switch to the other side. In the classical versions of this, you would just turn, I would have my back to the screen, but this way I get to see you. So press into your hands here. Also watch, if you tend to hyperextend the elbows, rotate the eye of the elbow a little bit in, so it's a little internal rotation through the upper arm, and that will prevent you from hyperextending and then really relying too much on the joint to hold you up instead of your muscles to hold you up. Also, if you tend to hyperextend and weight that, you could end up with bad arthritis later on, right? So we lift again. So you're coming up. Drop the head down so you get a side bend through your neck. And then you pull your body down here, the arms lower, and we lift again. So the head is slightly in front so that when you come up, you can go forward and have that arm directly under the armpit. That's the most supportive position for the shoulder blade compared to the arm. And one last one. Press to the legs, lift up, drop your head, try to straighten the knees, get the support from the lower part of the body, and then come on down. Okay, let's just turn for boomerang next. Actually, I'm going to clear a little more space here. So extend your legs forward, cross the right ankle over the left. We begin, you press down through the arms. Your eventual goal is to keep your body as vertical as possible while you lift your legs. When you first learn it, you may have to go back in order to lift the legs. But try to work for that deep psoas work so that your hip flexors pick the legs up for you. You roll back, open, recross the ankles, come forward and up into your teaser. You circle the arms back, try to reach the hands together, pull them back, and then take a dive forward. You lower your head as you lower your feet. Lift the arms. Release the hands, thumbs up, palms forward, circle wide with the arms, sort of like what we did in the double leg stretch in the ab series earlier in the program, and then you articulate up. And now press through the arms. It could be fists, it could be palms, to lift the legs, and then roll back. Open, recross the ankles, coming forward, lift to teaser. Arms go back, stretch here. This is part of an exercise. Well, this part of the exercise is like rowings on the reformer, which is one of the Pilates pieces of equipment. And you bring the arms forward, hands to the mat. Like spine stretch, you press into your arms as you articulate the spine up. Let's do one more set. So you press to lift the legs. You roll back, hips in the air, head off the ground. Open, recross the legs. Come forward, lift your teaser. Arms reach back. You can open the chest by pulling the arms together and behind you. Take your dive, take a bow. Lift the arms, separate the hands, fingers reach long. Rotate the humerus so that the palms are forward and you embrace the air in front of you. So looking down at your knees and then articulate up. We're doing just one last one. So we press to lift the legs, roll back, open, recross. The hair can touch the mat, but you don't want the weight of your head to touch when you're in that rollover position. The arms lengthen behind you. You dive over and down, suck the belly into your spine, lift the arms, release the palms, reach out, embrace the air in front of you, hands to the ground, and really enjoy this last stacking of your spine. And we, my darlings, are done for today. Thank you so much for doing the class with me, and I hope you enjoyed it. You can always reach out if you have any questions. Thanks.